speaking of the big elephant in the room, man, you signed with Top Rank.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a little backstory as to how you even linked that up, man. At 17 years old, signing with Top Rank.
Shout out Jack.
How was that for you?
Shout out Jackal Fitness. That's the only answer I can give you. He made his calls. Shout out Mike Prince. Mike Prince got me in touch with Jay. Jay liked what he saw. He got me in touch with Top Rank, and we made it happen. Mob ties.
Hey, he just explains to you. There's no other way to explain it like that. Shout out to Jackal Fitness, man. Official in the game. I appreciate him. Solid group of brothers, man. I'm glad they was able to link you up, man. That's positive shit right there, man. It's good to hear that.
Oh yeah, and Jackal, he always loved, especially coming out of LI, around the same area. So when Jackal, he made the call. And we talking to Mike Prince. I'm like, oh shoot, man, I'm really about to get signed,
Hopefully y'all are hearing me loud and clear. I will do a sound check. I said a time check. I will do a sound check in a second. It's Saturday. We ain't got no job. We don't got no work. Now we just gonna stay online and troll and do the YouTube thing today. Nah. But all jokes aside, it's sad that we are at the desk all day. It's raining a little bit in New York, So with that being said, I will definitely cut my grass tomorrow. Let it get some more water on it this morning, and we're gonna dissect a lot of stuff that's going on YTC on boxing this morning, as well as salute to Frank Martin coming out the safe house out of Witsack, and he's going to pop out. So we definitely going to break that down live. We're going to break that one down live. Salute to the others that will probably, watch that interview. And I'm going to be all over that, though. I have to. It's my job. It's my occupation, right? But support the content. We working, we moving and grooving over here. Let me make sure my audio is up, man. Because like I said, I get ran all over my house, man. I run my house, but I get ran all over, right? Life of a father, right? I set stuff up for myself, and then I get ran out of it. How we sounding? How are we sounding? Okay, we are sounding good. That's what I like. That's what I like to hear right there. That's what I like to hear right there. Pin that comment. Thank you, Toby. Appreciate that. So, like I said, today is Saturday. We don't got no job. We don't work. We're going to be online, fucking around, Nah, but I am going to break down that interview. Frank Martin popping out of the safe house, out of witness protection. Going to do a little pillow talking with the ladies. Yes, pillow talking. You see what I titled it? I'm on next. I am on next. He's going to be doing pillow talking, podcasting, interview, right? And I think it's important. I think it's important that we support that interview, but we also be in that interview, and that's why I said I'm going to break it down, because I already know the play that they're running. Right? Look where he's going to. Whereas Shakur Stevenson, and I'm gonna say this before the interview gets popping. I want to say this now. Like, look where he's going to do his interview. He's going to, that's why I called it a safe house, because this is not going to be their first time interviewing him. If you watched how they covered it, right? They were on the fence. Like they didn't cover it. They already. I believe Shakur has blocked one of one of the co-hosts on Twitter. So they already have their hidden agenda. It is what it is. Call it like you gotta call it, right? And he's going over there to pop out, right? Now check this out, right? I wish he would have did it with Blue Blood. Blue Blood did say he spoke with him, right, off the record, behind the scenes. Why didn't you go on Blue's platform? Blue is a much bigger platform, but hey, it is what it is. Like I said, we are going to do the live breakdown of that because I already know a lot of the questions that's going to be asked over there. It's already, the play has been put in position. Because why would you, after Shakur Stevenson done been on The Last Stand, and Gillian Wallow, and all these bigger platforms, right? Because now I'm going to throw your own poison at y'all. The shit that y'all like to say. You're going to go on a platform with a fan base that is not even a quarter of the fan base that Shakur Stevenson wanted. Why is that, Frank? But don't worry, we got something planned. We got something planned. So I believe that's at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, my time, 1 o'clock this time. We will definitely be back on for that. Yeah. But I want to get to this Rick Glacier. Rick Glacier tweeted something. Sometimes my Twitter, for whatever reason, doesn't pop up. I wish it would. But we're going to see if my Twitter account pops up, right? I'm going to throw Twitter up. Let's see. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I try to have everything linked. I do try to do for y'all, man. But unfortunately, like I said, I get ran all around my crib, right? Remember, I had the nice setup upstairs. Now all of a sudden they want to go back upstairs. Let's go to Twitter. It's called X now, right? The X. It's the X. Like before I had everything like I was always signed in. Okay, I still am great. That is great. That is great. All right. So let's go up here. See? So stuff still does work. Stuff still does work. That's cool. Stuff is still working. That's definitely cool.
Sober on the couch.
That's on y'all, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Go. I'm in here working. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't even want to hear that. That's on y'all. I should be upstairs. Why y'all downstairs on the couch? You see what I deal with? This is real father duties, right? Now they want to be downstairs, right? You see how I set up upstairs? Now they're back downstairs. It's like, come on, make up your mind. Make up your mind. You're spilling soda on couches. Make up your mind, man. I don't want to hear it, right? Y'all was upstairs. Go back upstairs. Why are y'all downstairs now? Why are y'all downstairs? Wasn't y'all upstairs? That was the move, right? Upstairs was the move for y'all. We're gonna get to this Twitter. Let me see some of my notifications. See, I'm not really big on Twitter like that. I got a Twitter account. It's like, and y'all trust me in a second, because we got some stuff on the table. I'm just not gonna speak about. I'm just gonna show. Me, Mr. Show Me Your Work, right? In a second, like how if you notice, my presence is real heavy now a little bit via TikTok, IG, and this YouTube. But we're gonna get that going on Twitter as well. I want to pull up something at Rick Glacier, the controversial Rick. Let me share this too while I'm here. share this with some heads because we working, man. I know they do not like when the sauce be in effect, right? Seems like it's what is going on with my Twitter? I don't know why I was doing that. Rick. I follow Rick Glacier. I don't know why he's not popping up. There he is. There's Rick Glacier. Let's click on Rick's profile. There he is, the controversial Rick Glacier. Had to shout out to WCS. WCS allowed me to interview Rick. Now, you know, this is the desk, man. The news by Shanewz. Well, hey, what do I know, right? I know a lot of you guys always, certain people you guys don't want to report on or you know, speak on. You know, that's why to me the YTC when it comes to this, it's like it's a bunch of nomadic cliques. A lot of you guys don't have no type of flex, you know. It shows, man. It shows in how you speak boxing and report on boxing. But let's get to that tweet, man. Man, where is it? Let's see if I can find it. Rick Glacier. And you know, we still gotta report on it. Like I said, I'm gonna report on it. A lot of y'all gonna say, "Oh, he's a hater." You know, here it is right here. Is this it? Yes, this is it right here. So 17 hours ago, via Rick Glacier, you know, Boxing Insider. A lot of you guys don't want to give him his props as being an insider. You know, for whatever reason, you guys hate Rick. You hate Slick Rick. That's Slick Rick, right? You guys do not like the man, right? Y'all do not like him. The Slick Rick. For whatever reason, you guys hate. You know, Slick Rick be out here, you know, dropping his gems, right? A lot of y'all don't like him. You know, it's crazy how you guys just you can't stand old Rick, Slick Rick. But Slick Rick is reporting or tweeting, however you want to slice it and dice it, that a decision has been rendered by Paramount Global. Now, this is source is Rick Glacier, who a lot of people y'all do not like. Y'all say he's not credible, but I'm going to still report on this. So, Rick Glacier tweeted 17 hours ago that a decision has been rendered by Paramount Global, which is the parent company of Showtime Boxing. Showtime. There will no Showtime Boxing after 2023. So that's a couple of months on cable or streaming. If there is any boxing at all by Showtime, it'll be exclusively for pay-per-view distributors. The pay-per-view numbers on the Showtime pay-per-view events upcoming will more than likely determine if Showtime continues on with pay-per-view distribution. I know some will be doubting this. Please hold the insult, you doubters. Now, the reason why I am reporting on this and speaking on this is because, as to what Rick just stated, if this is true, the fans, we have next Saturday to come out in masses and represent, you know, Canelo Charlo, because what Rick just tweeted, they are thinking about shutting down boxing or having us always pay for these fights. And it is being reported that David Benavidez, and Bubu Andrade is going to be doing the pay-per-view thing as well, right? Shout out to Toby Bartlett in the building, the UK. That is what's up. The UK International Flavor on deck. you know what, Toby, you are a supporter of the source, and that is big because one thing about me, I do not want to be a local joker. So when I see international love in the building first, that says it all. Because one thing about these local jokers, they know I am really popping. And they are local losers, aka local nobodies. And listen, I talk my shit on this, but I also walk the walk. And a lot of them can't stand it because a lot of them can't walk it, let alone talk it. And I damn sure do both at a very high level, especially walking it. But when it comes to talking it, man, I can talk it with the best of them. And then the rest of them, that's all they really pretty much do is talking. But appreciate you, Toe. Appreciate you. But back to what Rick Glacier is reporting. Man, this would be big, though, man. Because, right, I want to speak on this because they just gave Canelo $100 million. The WBC just ordered for him to defend against David Benavidez. These are big fights. But if Showtime is no longer carrying boxing only exclusively through pay-per-view, us now as the consumers, I'm speaking to the consumers. I'm not speaking to a lot of you YouTubers because let's be honest, you guys aren't the real consumers. They know this. And I'm going to get into that in a second and break that down why they know this. Because if most of you YouTubers, you boxing content creators really did support and do a lot what you claim you do as far as captivating the sport, helping black fighters and helping the sport, Rick Glacier wouldn't be tweeting shit like this. Paramount Global allegedly wouldn't be saying things like this. I'll let that soak in. I'm not even gonna break that down because I'm dumb. I was always dumb, but now it's like a lot of shit that I say. Not only does it make sense, it's mathematics. 1 + 1 = 2, right? So what I just said is 1 + 1 = 2. If a lot of your favorite content creators, these guys that have mass groups and listeners, were really who they claim to be, why is boxing taking a dive? Salute to WCS in the building. Smash the like button. You know the vibes, guys. It's the source. I'm at the desk. Definitely tap in. 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. I have a treat for y'all. I will be going live dissecting the Frank Martin interview with some surprises. You know me. And listen, they're not going to give me my flowers, but I bought Frank out the safe house, goddammit. Frank was hiding in witness protection. Frank was hiding under the gag order, but he's coming out. But we got some surprises as well. So hopefully that interview is everything that we want it to be. But if not, don't worry. The sauce is on top of it. Yes, I am. Because I am at the desk today. But back to what Rick Glacier is reporting, man. Let me read that once again, man, because this could be very damaging for the boxing consumer. If this is true, if this is true, not only will we have to pay for fights on the regular, and not for nothing, please don't take this wrong. A lot of the Showtime pay-per-view cards are good ones. Luckily, next week, we getting a good one. That undercard is stacked. Great undercard. And listen, the Spence Crawford undercard, terrible. Terrible. But it did 700 to 600 because of Spence and Crawford, I believe. But the undercard, terrible. But listen, this is what we're going to be facing with. Demetrius Andrade and Boo Boo is going to be fighting. That fight is a go. I don't know what they're waiting on to officially announce it, but Demetrius Andrade is definitely training with Uncle Dre. Shout out to Uncle Dre, Havoc in the building. We are in the hurt business. Boo Boo Andre he's kind of confident that he could fuck the whole play up. Now, if Boo Boo Andre does beat the Mexican Monster, that does kind of fuck shit up, man. That will really fuck shit up, man. That fight's supposed to be in November. November's a big month, man. December as well. Big fights is going to be getting announced in December in New York. You know, New York, we do it big in December, man. Heisman Trophy week. I believe a regular is coming out. I'll just say that a regular should be headlining the Garden. Yes, December Heisman. You know, but hey, what do I know? A regular. For those of y'all that follow the sport, that really cover the sport, that's all I need to tell you. A regular Heisman, guy that fights Heisman like should be popping out. If you know, you know. If not, yeah, you're in the way. And like I said, a lot of you guys pretty much on this shit is in the way. But back to what Slick Rick, man. I know a lot of you guys hate that guy, man. You know, you don't take what he says as a grain of salt. But man, Rick reported some stuff, man. Like, and I'm gonna say this in defense of Rick, right? A lot of you guys that critique Rick and talk about Rick being a nobody, being somebody that they don't fuck with, he's a hater. You guys, to me, are haters as well. Because at least with Rick Glacier, and shout out to WCS for allowing me to interview him and pick his brain and ask him certain insider questions that he has been involved in. What have you guys ever been involved in when it pertains to the sport of boxing, other than coming on YouTube and gossiping, coming on StreamYard and, passing out a stream, an email behind the scenes? Like Rick Glacier, right? And shout out to Paul Spadafora. I asked him that question, and Paul Spadafora follows me. I might be on the lookout. We might be linking something up in a second, right? But Paul Spadafora, I asked specific questions about Paul because Rick Glacier was his handler, matchmaker. He was involved with him for many years. Rick Glacier, in the interview I conducted with the WCS allowed me to be a part of, broke down intricate details of some of the things that he did in the sport of boxing with a prominent fighter, and Paul Spadafora. Paul Spadafora not only co-signed it, but did not jump out there and say, oh, what a lot of you YouTubers say, this man is a fucking liar. This man is a nobody. He's miserable. He's not in the game. Paul Spadafora not only co-signed it, he said that Rick is valid. Now, I say that to say this. A lot of you YouTubers aren't valid. You're not this, right? Look, and I'm going to show you what validation is. Validation comes like this, right? Please catch this source, because I like to show it to you. Because I know you hear me, but you don't hear me. This is validation right here. Look. Catch the validation. This is what Paul Spadafora did for Rick Glacier, somebody that you say is a nobody in the game.
Speaking of the big elephant in the room, man, you signed with Top Rank. Mm-hmm. Give me a little backstory as to how you even linked that up, man. At 17 years old, signing with Top Rank. How was that for you?
Shout out Jackal Fitness. That's the only answer I can give you. Yeah, his cause. Shout out Mike Prince. Mike Prince got me in touch with Jay. Jay, like we saw, he got me in touch with Top Rank, and we made it happen.
Hey, he just explains to you. There's no other way to explain it like that. Shout out to Jackal Fitness, man. Official in the game. I appreciate him. Solid group of brothers, man. I'm glad they was able to link you up, man. That's positive shit right there, man. It's good to hear that.
Oh yeah, and Jackal, he always love, especially coming out of LI, around the same area. So when Jackal he made the call, and we talking to Mike Prince, I'm like, oh shoot, man, I'm really about to get signed,
basically co-sign off on him. Like, no, he does what he does. Now, I say that to say this: a lot of you YouTubers, content creators, I haven't seen somebody sign off on you like that. But yet, when this man does stuff or says stuff, you want to make it seem like he's not the goods. He's not. He hasn't walked the walk. He hasn't done some of the things that he has claimed he has done in the sport, in the game. And I say that because a lot of you YouTubers, I have yet to see you do anything other than YouTube or claim to do this or claim to do that. Whereas Rick Glacier is certified. So Rick Glacier is reporting that, right? And a lot of times guys like Rick Glacier that report certain things contrary to what us YouTubers, bloggers, the thing I'm doing right now. When somebody has done some of the things that Rick Glacier has done, you still have connections. Because you cannot, listen, and I know a lot of y'all never will understand this because you're not walking through no doors. You don't network. What you guys do is plot and scheme and don't support. But when you do really truly network and you do have real connections, you do get information. Because that's how real connections and networking works, right? Guys might leak something to you. Guys might give you something and say, that's why I like with me. I want y'all to catch this. I don't tell people donate on my super chat, right? And I'll tell you why I don't say that. Because if you want to donate, you see what I do, right? I leave my Cash App, right? I leave my Cash App. When I do, right now I don't have that up. I have, the vibes. But when I do, I put this up right here, look. The Cash App, right? And shout out to the ones that do hit my Cash App up, right? I'm not going to speak on who they are because that's between us, right? But that is true, genuine support. And shout out to WCS for putting me on to this, right? See, I've been learning. I'm good at this shit now. The super chat and everything is cool, right? I think people do more of the super chatting, right? Because that's like it's showing, right? But it also shows this. When you give somebody $100 on the super chat, you're actually giving them 70. Because YouTube is taxing you 30% off top. YouTube is Al Heyman for all of us content creators, right? That are monetized. Because a lot of you niggas, like I said, y'all not monetized. Y'all are just in the fucking way, man. Just do something else, man. Get out the way. Cheer. Learn how to cheer for niggas that's actually winning. Learn how to cheer. A lot of you niggas don't know how to cheer properly. All you know how to do is jump in the lane and get hit, right? But YouTube is basically Al Heyman, Eddie Hearns, Bob Arum. They tax that 30%. Whereas Cash App, when you do receive Cash Apps or Zelle, things like that, that is the independence. That's the true independence. That's the true Showtime Shanewz production right there. Cash App, not YouTube super chats. Just a little gem out there for you. And salute to WCS for passing that gem on to me. And I see that gem now. That's why you don't hear me when I do receive the super chats. I'm grateful for it, but I'm like, man, hit the Cash App instead, man. I prefer the Cash App. The super chats are cool, but they tax that money. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. When you see content creators doing the super chats, scamming, that was big the last couple of days about scammers. Some of your favorite YouTubers are scammers, man. But hey, what do I know? But yeah, back to Rick, man. Slick Rick. If this is true, man, we might be in trouble. Well, I don't think we're going to be in trouble because, to be honest, a lot of YouTubers, boxing content creators, guys with audience, you guys are scammers, man. You guys have been streaming and stealing fights forever. That's why this is true. The numbers. You got to come out next week for Canelo Charlo. a decision has been rendered by Paramount Global, the parent company of Showtime. There will no longer, well, I guess no, Showtime Boxing after 2023 on cable or streaming. If there is any boxing at all, Showtime, it'll be exclusively for pay-per-view distributors. The pay-per-view numbers of Showtime pay-per-view events upcoming will more than likely determine if Showtime continues on with pay-per-view distribution. I know some will be doubting this. Please hold the insult. So, if they bomb with these, it should be three left, three major ones, right? Because we're looking at Canelo and Charlo next week, right? David Benavidez and Boo Boo Andres November, and Spence Crawford in December. Man, we might be in trouble if Rick is what he's reporting is true. What do you guys feel on that, man? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to put the link in the description real quick. Jump on for 2 seconds, please. You don't have to stay on long. I just want to get some, feedback from listeners as to, do they feel Rick is valid? What they think is going to happen? Does Rick's claims hold any, validation? Do you think this is going to happen? Because if you think about it, the numbers, right? Crawford Spence, 700, 650, didn't do a million. Didn't do a million. The only one that did a million was Ryan and Tank, and that was in April. How long ago, right? That was a long time ago, man. But let me get the link out there for anybody that wants to jump on and just, like I said, you don't have to stay on long. One thing about my platform now, I don't like people on long. It is what it is, When I used to have the door open, right? And I used to be like, yo, come on my land, right? Come on my land. Y'all didn't want to come on. So now, I fuck with my peoples I fuck with, I got my team. That's what I look at. We are the Avengers, right? We are, some of us, that really linked up behind the scenes. Because if you really know what's going on right now, the move shakers on this YouTube shit. When it comes to this media and this news being distributed out here, shout out to me and my team. WCS, Town Biz, the real frontliners out there. We was shaking shit up. And these people know us and respect us. And shout out to my man, even though he don't want to give me my props. You fuck with the away team too much, but it's all good. Because now you see, you went against the grain, right? You went against the grain with the away team. You went against niggas that wanted to do this, was scared to do this, couldn't do this, or don't have the heart to do this. And it's too late now. You with the away team. But it's cool, brother. Get in where you fit in. Stay over there with them, right? But they see what's going on. They see who is shaking shit up, right? And shout out to Bud Crawford for shaking shit up. Had these dudes emotional, 180 pounds, which he wasn't. Going on Travis's show, fucking their whole play up. See, a lot of these big time content creators aren't in the loop. It showed this week once again. Because they talk crazy about Crawford. Crawford, man, did them dirty. Like, Terrence Crawford is a master chess player. Did them dirty. One on a platform with a guy that was right underneath the radar on them. All of these dudes passed out their emails and went on with their fake news and narratives. Meanwhile, Bud Crawford jumped on a platform, a valid platform at that. Travis was a former fighter, did doing things and did things in the sport of boxing that a lot of your favorites never even done. They don't even go to gyms. A lot of these guys speak on boxing, don't even be in gyms, never developed a fighter in the amateurs, the pros. What did Bud do? Bud went on a former professional prize fighters platform not only debunked a lot of the reports that they was putting out there as false news, gave the actual business. What did they have to do? Come on, clean it up. That's why you dudes are basura. But let me get the link out there because I want to hear from what Rick Glacier is reporting. What you guys feel about that, man? Are you guys going to continue to keep stealing fights and streaming fights? Because I think that's what's really going on, right? That's what we are seeing. A lot of stealing and streaming of fights. You know? Like I said, just pop on, give you a message. You don't got to stay on long, you know? Do you think Showtime is packing it in? Because a lot of y'all are still talking about Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia's fight. That was in April. We are heading into October next week. Next what? Sunday is October 1st, right? Isn't it? Isn't next Sunday? Right? Next Sunday is the 1st. Isn't that correct? He said, I don't steal, I borrow without permission. Fact, you know, at least you admit it, Carlos. Shout out to Carlos for admitting to it. A lot of these dudes don't even admit to it, Carlos. You know, they just steal. Yo, shout out to Rick Glacier. Yo, W says, I gotta find that on your page and use that. When Rick Glacier said, he said, yo, ask some of these guys. Motherfucker, I stole it. That's what, yo, that is one of the best YTC lines of all time. Yo, W says, you got a lot of gems on your platform. He said, motherfucker, I stole it. Yo, that was class. Yo, I wish I knew how to do some of the things I know how to do now, as far as editing and clipping and clipping stuff. I would have had that, bro. I would have used that. Like now, I'm nicer. I'm getting better. You know, I'm learning. Like I said, show me how to do that. I'm learning. At the time, I wanted that. I could have the videos that you see me pumping out now. Man, I would have used it. I would have used the hell out of that, man. He said, "Motherfucker, I stole it." Shout out to Rick Glaze. Rick is a funny ass dude. Yo, I'm gonna remix the well, it's out, but I'm gonna remix it again. Where I asked Rick, see, like one thing about me, I'm a true journalist, underground king, UGK it is. You know my moniker back in the day when I was Jack Fitness, hottest in the game, still am, right? I asked Rick, right? See, I'm a real journalist. I asked Rick when WCS allowed me to be part of that classic interview. I asked him, right? Being Shy Gumble, Shy Custer, Shy Source the News, right? I said, damn, Rick, you know, a lot of people say you got a vendetta against Al Haymon. You don't like him. Real shit, right? Hopefully that's what these girls, these women, I'm not gonna call them girls, women, they probably have children. So these women at 1 o'clock Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, ask Frank Martin these same type of shits. Like, because you got to do that. Contrary, you want to be friends and nah. As a media member, an interviewer, you got to do your job. You got to ask the questions that the people want to hear. Don't get on there and get googly eyed and be like, oh, yeah, come back over here to the safe house. Now, ask the tough questions. Like what I asked Rick Glacier that day, right? I asked Rick, I said, yo, man, people say you got a vendetta against Al Haymon. You don't like him. Right? I could have said, you know what? Fuck that. I asked him. And Rick, 10 toes down. So he's a piece of shit. I don't like him. Gotta respect it. You gotta respect it. So shout out to Rick Glacier, man. He says, Toby says, Showtime haven't put out any schedule for the fall Autumn card. There it is. Shout out to Toby. UK ambassador. Yes. Toby has been a day one supporter, source consultant. He's a source consultant because a lot of my garments, you remember when I was out there in Tulsa Fly with the LeBrons on, and my uncle told me I was looking like a rapper. I was covering the fights. He told me I was looking like a rapper. Shout out to my man Tobe. Tobe got a consultant, credit, executive producer / fashion. What are they? You know what they call the fashion people, the stylist credit? Because when I was in the room putting my uniform together for that fight night, I said, yo, should I go with the grays or this? Tobe was like, yo, go with the grays. Remember that live, Tobe? When I did that live in the hotel? Man, shout out to Tulsa, the Hard Rock Cafe. I was like, yo, what should I rock tonight, Tobe? Man, my outfit was turning heads, you know. One thing about me, when I work the fights, I like to be in Nike or Jordan sweats because we be moving, baby. We be moving. WCS to tell you. See, a lot of these guys try to go to the fights and be all fly. Yeah, I might wear my jewelry or something. You know, that's just me, man. Back in the days, we were slaves, whips and chains. So nowadays, all I rock is whips and chains. Hopefully, you caught that source. Yes. So yeah, I might be in my garments like that, you know, chain or two, maybe a bracelet, things like that. You know, I rock those type of things. But as far as like, I gotta be comfortable because I do a lot. Team Tucker, you know, media marketing agent. I'm snapping pictures. I'm trying to get interviews, so I'm moving. I like to be in active wear, like I'm out there on the ball court playing ball. You know, sweats, you know, like that. You know, I stay in maybe a pair of Jordans, LeBrons, Kyrie Irvings. You know, something I can move and groove, man. I like to be in somewhere. Shout out to Amanda Soriano, how she in the JOs beating bitches up. I like to be in something I can move around in, man. You know, if you know, you know, man. But salute to Toby, man. Shout out to Carlos in here. Smash the like button. So Toby is saying that Showtime have not put out the schedule. That is great observation, Tobe. Great observation, Tobe, right? Yes, free Bomac as well. Free Bomac. Free Bomac. Yes, definitely free the brother. You know, free all the brothers that are incarcerated, held against their own, right? You know, free my uncle. You know, let's get ghetto now. Free my uncle. It's just shit, right? Yeah, Toby said, yeah, LOL. That was funny. Shout out to Tulsa. Yeah, man, that Tulsa was a good time. We were supposed to be on that August 26th card, man. I was looking forward to going back to Tulsa, walking the golf course. I had a good time, man. That probably was one of the best fight weeks I had. And you know why? Like I said, I always speak about it. I was sleeping on. I didn't want to go. I was mad. I was on my Coach Green. I'm mad. I was like, Tulsa? I'll be fighting there. Then come to think of it, man, one of the best fight experiences I had. Oh, I did mute the mic. I did mute the mic. Hopefully y'all didn't catch me blowing my nose, man. I thought I did mute the mic. But yeah, Tulsa was live, man. Had a great time. Hard Rock Cafe. I battled my demons. Y'all was listen, I was in a for Tulsa, we was in a casino, a lot of liquor, a lot of activities going on. I did not have one alcoholic drink. I could have. We're in a casino 24/7. No alcohol. I stayed good. I got a lot of work done. Networked with a lot of good people. That's when I got it good with my people. Shout out to them. They are fighting tonight in Cleveland, Ohio. Two of the brothers are making their pro debuts. The Mason brothers, great family. You know, that's when I first initially really networked with them. We broke bread together, eating. Right? WCS to tell you, man. Yeah, listen, man. Listen, fuck what these idiots on here talk about. Listen, they take care of you. Yeah, listen, I you know what? I can't say that because, like I said, a lot of these guys aren't in, man. They're not in the loop. But when you're in the loop, they take care of you good, brother. We ate good that whole week. Ate, yo. Like, remember what I said about Frank? When is Frank Martin going to eat, man? We ate good. We was eating. Breaking bread together. Yo, listen, I must have ate lunch and dinner with millionaires and a lot of guys in the game. Stitch Duran. Man, I'm going to share a quick story. You know, the link is up there, right? Yo, WCS was upset at me, right? All right, like I said, I'm still learning, man. That was my first fight shooting ringside, right? In the corral. They call it the corral, right? But we was all dining because that's how they had it set up, man, that whole week. Shout out to Top Rank, man. Listen. Top Rank, you listen to these dudes on this internet, they talk crazy about Top Rank because they never broke bread with Top Rank or got money with Top Rank. So they're gonna say what they say, right? Top Rank takes care of you, man. I gotta keep it real, man. They take care of you, bro. We had Mills, WCS can tell you, man. We was dining with the teams and everybody was all together. And this one particular meal, it might have been lunch. Because like I said, they cater all the meals, man. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I think this was a lunchtime. And Stitch Duran was in there. We was all chilling, kicking it. And I took a picture of Stitch and WCS on WCS's equipment. See, like I'm good with my equipment, man. WCS got more high-tech military issue type shit, man. So when I snapped the picture, I messed up. His head was out of it a little bit, right? Because I didn't know. I'm used to mine. Like I don't have that high-tech shit. Now I'm starting to get there. I didn't have it at the time, right? So I fucked the picture up. And WCS was like, man, I was like, yo, don't worry, we'll do it again. So we go back over the six because I guess WCS and Stitch, they almost around the same age. He was like, yo, I don't want to interrupt the meeting. I'm like, nah, Stitch is man cool, bro. I'm like, Stitch is cool, man. That's my guy. That's our guy. Go back over there. We snapped the picture. I got it right, but I fucked up. You see, I could come on here and admit when I fuck up. I fucked this picture up, and then I got the picture right. But man, great time in Tulsa, man. Listen, I love the white people of Oklahoma. I love the white people of Oklahoma. Not only can they cook, they could fry some chicken, bro. It was all white cooks, bro. You would have thought they had the recipe, bro. Their fried chicken was on point, man. Because after the fight Saturday night, we had fried chicken, chicken tenders, and all that. Man, that shit was slapping in the room, bro. You would have thought it was your mama, it was Aunt Bessie, Shantae and them fried that chicken. That chicken was on point. Seasoned to perfection. Real talk. Seasoned to perfection. I'm not lying, man. But shout out to the whole Top Rank crew and all that. Good times over there, man. Great times, man. They had barbecue brisket, salmon, cod. Man, listen, man. We was, and shout out to the girls at the hotel. They took care of me, the whole week with the extra towels and giving me because they was giving me the to-go plates, man. They was giving me all the to-go plates and all that good stuff, man. It was good times, man. Great times, man. Great times, man. That's why I was disappointed, man. I was disappointed in Nicholas Flays that he turned the fight down, man. Because I was like, oh man, we going back to Tulsa. I was like, oh, August 26th, we going Sizzler. We going Sizzler. I just knew we was back in Tulsa, man. I couldn't wait to go back and get another cowboy hat, man. But eventually, we'll probably make our way back to Tulsa, man. Shout out to Tulsa, man. And shout out to WCS, man. WCS flew in. He flew in that sad. WCS is a real one, bro. WCS he's a sniper, bro. He's a real live sniper, man. He's a mercenary. He flew in the day of the fight, got his work, and flew out the net. Man, that's real shit, man. I remember that, man. And then he did the same thing in Oklahoma. I mean, not Oklahoma, Ohio, man. But Ohio wasn't supposed to be like that. But see, real ones, we make it happen, man. The wildfires was fucking everything up. I had to drive. Shout out to my nephew and my daughter, man. They rode with me. Fuck, I ain't gonna say they trooped it out with me because they slept the whole motherfucking ride, man. I did it for the head. For the head, we stopped a couple times, got something to eat because I had to power up and just sit down and sip a little coffee, and then got back right on the road. But shout out to them for riding out with me. Then the whole team drove back with me. Shout out to Jihad and everybody. We had a good time driving back. Remember my video I did? And I think I did that in Pennsylvania, having a little fun for the National Lampoons. Me, I grew up watching the movies. So when we stopped in Pennsylvania, I had Jihad record me. I did my scene from the National Lampoons. I breathed in the air and the opens. I said, the great outdoors. Yeah, man. But see, those are memories, man. As a team member and all that, those are memories, things that we could always hold on to. The mission. Like I said, Jihad is gonna be a world champion one day. Whether y'all believe it or not, it's gonna happen. And so is Marley. And these are all memories that we have, me, well, Coach Reem, but I'm gonna take credit for it because she did come from me. But Coach Reed running down on Bob Arum, 7 years old publicist, telling you you're gonna sign him too. Real talk, you're gonna sign him. He's better than Jihad. This is his brother, Coach Reed. Shout out to Bob and my guy Derek Harmon. Real talk, man. But yes, man. The link is right there for anybody that. What do you feel about Rick, man? Rick might be square on with this, man. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers stealing fights, man. If this is true, what do y'all think, man? Man, I got a surprise for y'all at 2:00 though, man. I'm going live. When they do that interview, I'm going live. But like I said, I got a surprise for y'all because Frank Martin he came out. They got Frank Martin to the safe house. He's going to be speaking from the safe house. Hopefully, this is not the only interview that he does because, like I said, Shakur went across enemy lines. He was on Brian Custer. He was on $1 million worth of game. Hopefully, Frank Martin from the safe house, he feels comfortable. He calls Shakur Stevenson pussy as well. You know, we got to get to a lot of this stuff, Frank, today. Hopefully, like I said, you will be pillow talking because that's what we call it, right? Shout out to all the guys that's in here, right? I don't know what they call it where y'all from, right? But when you stand on business, right? What do they call that? Where y'all from? If two men have a dispute, right? If I have a dispute with World Combat Sports, right? And I'm like, man, I ain't feeling WCS. And I go tell a woman, right? I go tell a woman about my grievances, right? I go tell my wife or another one of my acquaintances about my grievance with WCS. We call that pillow talk where I'm from. That's what my elders, shout out to my grandfather and the men that I grew up around. They would call that pillow talking. When you have another grievance with another man and you tell a woman, yo, what do they call that where y'all from, man? Know what I mean? Like, shout out to Shakur, man. Shakur, at least you did, you know, you went across enemy lines, man. You told Brian Custer, you got at him on $1 million worth of game. You didn't go pillow talking. Hey, but what do I know, right? What do I know? Get it how you live, Frank. Do what you do, man. But I just hope you come out swinging, man. Because right now, this where how you're moving and grooving. You know, it's good that you're coming out to speak, but it's like, damn, brother, you waited a while, but you're coming out, and you're coming out pillow talking. You are coming out pillow talking, man. I don't know no sturdy dudes, right? That pillow talk. I don't know no sturdy dudes, man. The sturdy men that I was raised around, they didn't like. If a man called them a bitch, you a bitch. You a straight up bitch, right? If a man called them a bitch, straight up pussy, right? They ain't go see a female and be like, yo, man. They ain't gonna air that shit out to a female. I don't know, man. It must be a different side of times, man. But hey, what do I know? Hopefully y'all catching that source right there. But 2:00, we on that. You know, we on it. We on it. But salute to Frank Martin for coming out the safe house or going to the safe house and airing out his grievances, right? Airing out his grievances, man. Are y'all entertained this morning? He said they must have used the special force to go in and snatch Frank. Nah, I don't think they did. You know, certain people like I said, man. I have family members like that. You know, they'd be more comfortable talking with a woman. Like, yo, that nigga's fuck that nigga. And right, instead of them getting at that nigga, you know, part of my language, you know, I'm a little on the edge this morning. Like, they just like to talk, they like to tell a woman they shit, right? Like, yeah, that nigga ain't shit, right? Why didn't you go to Brian Custer, man? You couldn't get the lines to Brian. Why, yo, for those of y'all getting in here, I said he could have went over there to Blue Blood and aired out his grievances, man. Because Blue Blood did say he talked to him, man. He said they must have used special force to go in and snatch Frank and get him to the safe house. Now, I think a lot of the pressure that myself and others have been putting on him, he got to do something, bro. He got to do something. And what other safer passage is to do it through a woman, right? Because, what's the code? Women and children are off limits, right? Women and children are off limits. So what did Frank do? He found some women, right? Go tell your side to the women, Frank. Yo, Anno, you like that? Yeah, Anno, you like that? You like that, huh, Anno? Go tell your side to the women, Frank. You will be safe. He's safe over there. Go tell the women, Frank. Go pillow talk. You are a pillow talker, Frank. Go pillow talk. That's what we call it where I'm from. Niggas that pillow talk. Go and pillow talk. Go let the women know. And that nigga, fuck Shakur. Shakur ain't shit. Go tell the women that, Frank. Whereas Shakur not only aired out his grievances on you, on Gilly and Wallow, and then turned around and went on Enemy Lines. Yeah, the Last Stand podcast. That's Enemy Lines. Shakur, last time I checked, is the ESPN top rate guy. He went over there and aired out his grievances on Enemy Lines. But also, Frank, like I said, we're going to be on it, Frank. 2 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be on it. Make sure you address Edwin De Los Santos too, Frank, while you're over there with the ladies. Make sure you address Edwin De Los Santos, because he also did call you a duck and a coward too. So you let the ladies know. Let the women know. You let them know, Frank, that Edwin De Los Santos can get it too, because he took shots at you as well. So when you do your pillow talking, you tell the ladies that also. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? He said they flashed. Man, Blunts, I can't post that. You guys see what Blunt said. Blunts, we want to be respectable. We do not want to disrespect the ladies. We don't want to disrespect the ladies. We want to be respectable. We're not mad at Frank for going over there pillow talking, because that's what a lot of, and listen, I got to call it a spade a spade. The man that put it out there, that's what a lot of bitches do. He's a bitch. Shakur Stevenson said he's a bitch. A bitch nigga tells a woman his business, right? At least that's how I was raised, man. Please forgive me. I don't want this to come off the wrong way. Listen, I was raised around sturdy dudes. My grandfather, man, he was that dude, man. My cousins and uncles, they was them dudes, man. Like you don't run, you don't tell a female, right? You handle that, man. But Frank, I understand, it's the new millennium, man. You need a shoulder to cry on. You need a shoulder to cry on. Go over there and pillow talk, man. Go over there and pillow talk, man. You heard? Go over there and pillow talk, man. Do what you got to do, man. He said, poor Frank has been getting flamed for about, yeah, man. He finally coming out, though, man. He's in the safe house, man. He went over there to the safe house. They got him in the safe house, man. That nigga, he was in Whitsack. he was in Whitsack, man. Listen, he was behind the wall. He was with the punks, right? Man. He was with the rapists, the punks, and all them dudes, man. Yeah, they got him. He's in the safe house right now. He's gonna give his side. I can't wait to hear it. Listen, man. Blue, man, where you at, Blue, man? You were supposed to get that, Blue. I would have respected it more, bro, if he would have jumped out there with Blue, man. Like, brother, you should have jumped on Blue's platform, man. Blue did say he talked to you. Like, your first one should have been with Blue, man. You going over here to these women, like I said, respect to the women. I respect they grind. They get into how they live, right? But you going over there pillow talking right now, my brother. This guy call a spade a spade. After a man has put out there that you was a bitch, right? Yeah, I didn't say it. He said it. After a man has put out there that you was a bitch and a straight pussy, he's straight pussy. That nigga's a bitch. Where are you going to do your interview? Man. Come on, man. Am I wrong for saying this? Am I wrong for saying this? The first pop out, the man said he was a bitch. He was straight pussy. Where is he going to do his interview at, man? 2 o'clock, we are covering this. Like I said, we have some surprises for y'all, man. We have surprises for y'all, man. You know, we have surprises for y'all, man. You need the raw. You need the real in your life, man. And that's what I'm giving y'all this morning, man. That's what I'm giving y'all this morning. But 1 p.m. Central Time, that interview is supposed to be a go. Definitely support it. We're going to get a fresh, you know, ears on Frank to see what happened, you know. But like I said, listen. I would have told him to go to Blue Blood, man. You know, you talked to Blue. Blue said you talked to him. Should have went over there first. I'm not saying that the ladies can't get their love too, but on business, on man's business, right? Because, you know, like I said, don't take this the wrong way that I'm bashing the sisters and the ladies, right? This is man business. Another man called you a bitch and said you was pussy, nigga. He said, yo, you was pussy, right? I'm just listen. That's what he said. I didn't say it. I called you a sucker, and I took it back, but it's like, damn, I don't want to call you that, man. But it's like, listen, there's 6 of y'all in here, man. I know some of y'all are men like myself. Let me ask y'all this, man. And the link is here too, right? But let me ask y'all this. You can type it in the chat. I'm going to put it up there. If I have an argument or another man calls me out and says I'm a bitch, I'm a sucker, I'm pussy, right? He tells, I'm going to use Toby and Blunts. Those are the last 2 comments I see. Yo, Toby goes to Blunts. On Blunt's platform, or they do something in the public, and Toby says, "Man, you know what, man? Showtime Shanewz, Shaw's a straight bitch. He's pussy, right? He's pussy." Now this shit goes viral. Everybody's talking about it. I have yet to respond. When I go to respond, I see a female, right? Meanwhile, he told this man, another man, that I was a straight bitch. I was pussy. You know what I do? I see a female. I say, yo, shorty. She like, yo, what up, Shy? Such and such says you was pussy. You was a bitch, right? I see a straight female. Shorty. Yo, school. Yo, what up, Shy? Man, fuck Toby. Toby ain't shit. Why not go to Blunts and tell Blunts that? Being that Toby told Blunts I was a straight bitch. He didn't tell this female that. But I'm going to go to a female and tell a female, hey, to each his own, man. Pillow Talking 101. Hopefully you caught that sauce, man. But yeah, 1 o'clock, let's see what Frank has to say. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson. He out here stepping on niggas, man. Shakur, you ain't right, brother. You ain't right, man. I see you down there in Vegas. You ain't right, man. You ain't right. You had no business. You had no business going on Gillian Wallow, calling that man a bitch, saying he was pussy. You had no business going on Gillian Wallow doing that. Let me get WCS in here. Shout out to the OG.
Man, what's good, Sauce, man?
Let's get him in here.
Pulling up to the
WCS, you are on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
WCS, you are on. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, bro.
Can you hear me? Let's close out of this. WCS, can you hear me now?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. I was saying the same thing. I don't know why you couldn't hear me with that up.
I can hear you now. Can you good?
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't want to pull up, man, while you was dropping the sauce this morning, man. But shout out to Shanewz, man, up here dropping some gems again on the current updated news. You know, my thoughts on the whole Showtime situation is that you know, I was around the era where HBO was canceled. You know what I'm saying? But I was more so disappointed when HBO was canceled than I am Showtime, because I just never really had that connection, you know, when it came to boxing and Showtime. They put on some decent fights, but it's so far and few in between that now all of a sudden they're in desperate measures. You know, I was sitting back here listening to these cats talking about how boxing is just taking off and all that, knowing that Paramount was pretty much telling us that it was going to be some changes with Showtime. And then the head executive or chief or whatever his name is, you know, he got let go. So this has been a long time coming. The economy is telling you that you're going to have to damn near pay for everything. And this is no different, man. If they want to do pay-per-views and shit like that, and you're going to have to pay for everything, even if you have a Showtime subscription, I mean, that's pretty much how the apps are anyway, right?
Yeah, you see how DAZN is doing it. You can have a DAZN description, subscribe to DAZN, but when they do their pay-per-view DAZN fight card, you have to pay for that pay-per-view. It doesn't come with the initial plan.
Hold on right quick, Shaw.
All right. But appreciate WCS dropping the gems right there. Yeah, Rick Glacier put it out there, man. Now I know a lot of y'all not gonna receive it because it comes from Rick Glacier.
Yeah, go ahead and repeat what you were saying.
Oh no, I was saying about, you know, how DAZN pretty much put that in play already.
Correct.
Like when they had like the Jake Paul was the last one they just did.
Yeah.
That was on DAZN, right? Now, if you are a regular subscribe member to DAZN, you had DAZN, but you had to pay for the pay-per-view just to watch that event.
Yep. True. Yep.
So that format been in play. I think, like you said, Showtime Paramount is about to jump on that, man.
And also, with Showtime, you know, like I said, everything is costing, man. Continue to rise. Inflation. DAZN came out with this very cheap, you know, price tag to get the app right. now to have DAZN a year, you know, you damn near gotta finance that shit.
Oh yeah, that shit is $200. I just renewed mine. Yo, when I first got it, it was I remember when it was the Canelo Rocky Fielding. They was doing, it was $9.99 a month. Mm-hmm. It's damn near up to $20, $19.99 now. And y'all be arguing with the people because you know me, I'm a union guy. I threatened to cancel. They still didn't do it for me. I said, y'all supposed to be grandfathered in. What are you talking about? I tried to run the game on them. I said, y'all supposed to be grandfathered in. How am I paying $19.99 a month now, man? I was supposed to be grandfathered in when I initially signed up, $9.99. No longer.
Yeah, I think they said then it didn't matter. You was
no, it don't. It's up to $240 for the year now. $240.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's big money.
Yo, initially it was $120. It done doubled up. It doubled up. It was $120 for the year when they first dropped it. Canelo Rocky Fielding. Yeah, it's doubled up now. That's what we're moving into. But listen, while I got you on here, OG, I know you're from that era, from that cloth. What's your thoughts on this Frank Martin? You know, we get a chance to I'm coming back on live for that later. He's finally coming out doing an interview.
Who is he coming out doing the interview with?
Yeah, you know, the ladies. Exactly. Ladies first.
And what you said, you said earlier.
Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first. You know, with the ladies.
And what you said earlier about that pillow talk was hilarious, man. Because Frank gives me those vibes, dog. I mean, the first place he'll go to is talk to the women, dog. Like,
yeah, man, pillow talk.
I just want to pour my heart out to y'all. Y'all will understand. I just want to pour my heart out to y'all.
For real, pillow talking, man. Yo, when I seen that, I was like, yo, man, Shakur is killing dude, man. He did. He's falling right into that, right into the description, man. And it has nothing to do against the women, man. It's just like, bro, he called you a bitch and says you was a pussy, and you're going to talk to women first, bro. That does not look good, man.
It don't.
That does not look good, man.
Shakur said he was like the most bitch ass nigga that he knew in life. I was like, wow, God damn.
And don't get mad at me for repeating what was said. Like, I'm not saying this. I'm just repeating it, and I'm reporting on what is being played out now. You are going over to a women's platform first to air out your grievances after a man says you was a bitch, you was pussy, the bitch ass nigga. Like, where they do that at, man?
For real.
You know?
You're finding out a lot of these cats, man, like they really are selective on what platforms they go on, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you know him over there, they're gonna be kissing ass, boy.
Oh yeah.
For real. They're not gonna hold him accountable for nothing. They're gonna be kissing ass.
That's why I'm doing the live. That's why I'm doing my own live reaction. Because I got some surprises set up, but I'm gonna do my own live reaction because I know. And I'm gonna support their interview as well because I know even if you try to be a part of their interview, you pose questions and this, that, and the third, they know how this game is.
They ignore you.
You know how this game is, right?
Yeah.
And you ask a question in the chat or something to put a question, even if you super chat it, they're gonna overlook it. You know, they ain't gonna like, come on, it is what it is. But that's why I said I'm gonna go live. And I have a few surprises as well. Because it's some straightening that he really needs to straighten. We don't need the safe house interview.
Correct.
You know, we need you to really shake shit up. How Edward De Los Santos shook it up on you and called you a coward and a duck.
Damn.
On how Shakur Stevenson went on a large scale platform, $1 million worth of game, and didn't bite his tongue and said you was a straight up bitch, pussy. And then he followed that up and went across enemy lines. A top-ranked ESPN fighter went across enemy lines to Showtime, The Last Stand, Brian Custard's, and pretty much said the same thing, but kept it more professional and didn't call you a bitch or a pussy, but pretty much said you was a coward.
Absolutely, he did.
You know?
And you have to respond to that, Frank Martin, on the right platform. Like Shakur is on a male platform saying this. I'm not trying to separate the women from the men. I'm just saying over there, it's gonna almost be like y'all on a semi date. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just having some conversation. You know what I'm saying? They I don't think they're gonna ask you the real tough questions. If they listening right now to the sauce, yeah, they probably feeling some type of way. They might try to propose some tough questions.
Listen, they ain't the only women that feel some type of way about the source. It is what it is. I live in a house full of women. I have a wife and daughters. You know, I know a lot of women. They all feel some type of way about the source. But it is what it is. I'm a man, goddamn it. Women supposed to feel some type of way about a man.
Yeah.
But I want to say this, right, too, while we on that topic, WCS, you know what this reminds me of, right? And I'm pretty sure you can recollect this as well, growing up in the South. It reminds me of that dude that got beat up or got into a fight, and he went and got his mother or his auntie and came back to the playground. Like, nigga, what you coming back with your moms and your aunt for?
Or his older sister. You know what I'm saying? Or he went and got his older sister.
That's a fact.
She got a whole job. She got a whole job. She been out of high school a while, goddamn it.
Yeah, that's what this reminds me of, man. I was like, yo, when I seen that broke and I got the notification, I was like, yo, Frank, come on, man. I was like, yo, Frank, man, I don't want to do content on you like this, brother, but you just making it too easy, man. You're making it too easy, Frank. Like, why, Frank? Yo, Blue Blood said he talked to you. You could have went right over there, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. All these people saying they talking to these cats, but it's something about these boxers, man. They're not coming on certain platforms. I don't get it, man. Like a certain boxer, I've sent multiple freaking requests, and man, I guess I'm outside the description for approval. Real talk.
Nah, man. It's just, like, listen, well, you know how it goes, man. Certain media personalities, they're too aggressive. You're too aggressive.
I don't know. Like if you going at a fighter, let's just say, Shaw, the brown bomber, or goddamn the NYC crippler, or whatever the case may be, the down soft wrangler or whatever. We having a conversation, and I'm saying some things about you saying some things about me, but yet a content creator that's pretty much saying the same negative things, the person that's saying that they feel some type of way, as if, okay, you're not a boxer, so I'm gonna feel some type of way about you. You saying the same criticism I'm saying towards my opponent, and that's just stupid. Like if you saying something about a fighter, no other boxer should get mad. If they're saying the exact same thing, you shouldn't feel no type of way about a content creator saying it. You saying it too. But what? Man, you're too much. You got too much going on, man. They take it too far. No, man, come on, bro.
No, that is a valid point. It took me a long time to come to that understanding. Once I came to the understanding and I started holding myself, I started seeing myself in a different light. I started seeing myself like Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, all of these guys. I said, yo, when these guys do it, y'all don't say shit to them. So I'd be goddamn if y'all gonna say shit to me. Because I look at myself in the same light. These dudes can go on ESPN, FS1, all these major platforms and networks. The Dan Raphaels, all these Keith Itis, all these major syndicated platforms.
See them in person, Shanewz. See them in person, won't say shit. I remember certain members of the Akron boys was up there in Vegas, and they saw Keith Idich, and they tried to make it seem like they was chasing Keith Idich down, and he was running away. He's not running from you all. You put hands on him if you want to about something he said, and you're gonna be in court, man. Period.
They're gonna be in court. They're gonna be incarcerated, and they're gonna be paying.
For real, this is what I was trying to explain about the mother cast that's talking all this about Bud. All you have to do, and tell me if I'm wrong on this, all they have to do to settle the score is use the same person you did to get the freaking tickets to get into the last fight, the first fight with Crawford Spence, and then go to press week like we do. Attend the fight week. Go to the open workout so you will be able to. Shanewz is on record pressing a professional fighter on open workout. So maybe you should call him up and ask him what the procedures are. You know what I'm saying? What do you need on your persons to be able to build up that question, to build up the courage to press that fighter and talk that and ask him the questions? Because all y'all doing is saying all this shit on social media. Yeah. Talking about Crawford's on juice. He said, go to an open workout in December, go to a press conference, use who you got to use to get your credentials. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't get proof of credentials, you ain't doing shit. Go up there and ask Crawford to his face. Doing the media scrum. You have many areas where you can shut this down. If y'all ain't willing to get credentials or go to the open workout, go to the presser, and y'all need to shut the fuck up, man.
Exactly. Great. Another great valid point, WCS. And I just want to add the icing on that cake. A lot of these guys aren't like that. They get the bare muscles and they drink behind the screen like this and get drunk and tough. They're not gonna go in person and air out their grievances. They're not like that. They'll get drunk and replay. Like I did a video today. They'll replay a fight and see their Lord and Savior getting beat up and just get emotional and drunk and say, "Yo, fuck you, Crawford! Why did you do that to him? Why? You know, but they're not gonna pull up and ask the man face to face anything. You know.
How long has it been since you pressed Charlo?
Man, that might have been about about 5 years, 2018, 2019.
2018, 2019, man. And y'all sitting up.
You know what? If I could do it over, man, I see me and you. I wasn't getting schooled and groomed by you at the time. I think I would have handled it different, man. Remember, I still am a little raw, but then I was like real raw and edgy. I think I would have conducted it more professional. But me being who I was, the man I was, I remember him disrespecting me in Dallas with my wife.
Yeah.
And it just didn't sit right with me as a man. And I was like, oh, nigga, you in my house now. I was like, you thought I was just some old lame, media nigga. No, nigga, I fucked with the Warriors. You in my house now, nigga. I'm going to let you know. I snap a finger. Like all that shit you talk about, you could press the button. I could do the same thing, nigga. But we going to get some straightening. You disrespected me in front of my wife or attempted to and thought I was just going to let it slide. No, I'm a man. We gotta get some straightening behind that. But if like I said, now being as seasoned as I am, I think I would have went about doing it different. Because I did get one of my comrades jammed up because he went crazy. You know what I'm saying? He went off of my energy and he went crazy. He got kicked out the gym that day. It was like it was crazy, man. But being not how I am now, more seasoned and professional, I probably would have handled it a little different.
Yeah, it's all about maturity, man. But still, the point you was trying to make is because of a previous incident. Now, you actually had a direct connection to the situation. These cats don't have a connection to the situation. Just from afar, they remotely just talking about something as if they have a direct connection, like you had the freaking check him on it. Okay, if you want to check Crawford, the fight's gonna happen in December. Y'all call yourself doing all these videos on him. All you gotta do is freaking show up this time with a credential. Since you showed up the first time and you just want to praise him and act like Arrow's gonna do what he do. All these accusations that y'all do, all you gotta do is get the credentials, man. Press the man at the media scrum. Ask Blue that might be there. You know what I'm saying? Get with him on see if he can get you in. See if he has any pull. Get with Rachel Donaire, who gave you the comp tickets previously. Get with those individuals to show up, because y'all need to ask this man the questions to his face. Stop the front. Stop the front, man.
I think, but WCS, if I'm not mistaken, we do this journalist thing. I believe they did have that, man. Shout out to you, man. You set it off out there in Beverly Hills. You went to the initial presser in Beverly Hills. Then they had one. But it
wasn't after the fight though, Shanewz. It wasn't after the fight.
But a lot of these same guys always wanted to get at Crawford before the fight. Yeah. Remember, he was a liar. He was doing bad business. All these things. They seen him, right?
They seen him
in NYC. And I think it was just like how you always, and I've seen others say this. You guys talk all that rah-rah about him, and when you do actually see him, y'all want to take a picture.
Yeah,
I want to take a picture.
I seen some LDBC cats on stage act like, oh, where Crawford at? Where Crawford at? Man, stop it, man. He wasn't running.
Yeah, that looks good.
Man, stop the cat.
That looks good on your live. One thing about Terrence Crawford and Derek Diddy James could attest to this. Terrence walks alone, and Terrence will press you.
Yep.
Terrence will press you, brother.
Yeah, he will. To your
Terrence will press you. Terrence is like that. Like my nephews be saying, like Marley and Jihad and all the other young boys at the gym. I'm like that. Terrence is like that. Terrence will press you, man. Terrence will press you. Terrence will see you and size you up and say, yo, what's up? What's up? He's like that. So for all you guys that claim you was looking for him, I don't think you was looking for him.
I don't think you were, man.
I think y'all was looking for him, man. Because if one of your leaders seen him at the 7-Eleven, he pressed him, right? Alleged. You know,
Alleged.
in Newark.
Alleged.
Newark.
His souls was dangling off the ground. He was being held up by his collars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
even that situation, that was crazy how, you know, we goddamn peep that situation out. We start breaking that shit down. Like, come on, bro. What are you talking about again? Outside your hotel window? That's a lie, man.
Ah, man.
Come on,
Yo,
man.
yo,
we
you,
here. We on deck, man. What are you talking about?
I think you actually made that whole situation arise because I can recall being that Thursday because that was a Friday night fight. So I can recall waiting for Shakur to come out to touch the scales, and we was covering the weigh-in, and Terrence happened to come in, and WCS and myself was like, yo, there go Terrence right there. And we went over there, kicked it with him, took a picture and stuff, and WCS posted the picture. And I remember I was like, damn, he posted the picture. I posted my picture. You know, fuck the game up. And just, it seemed like after that picture got posted, other people was running into him, other places.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit. You know, it just was strange.
It was strange.
It was strange, man. It was rather strange, man. And like I said, I seen you like you too. The hotel I seen him at was the Pine Hollow Hilton, I believe. I didn't see him at, and I stayed there. I didn't see a 7-Eleven across the street.
Mm-hmm.
There is no 7-Eleven. When you look out the window of the Pine Hollow Hilton, maybe I was on a different side. It might be a 7-Eleven on the opposite side, but you know, was it the side that I was on, the room and music, and the other room we was in? Well, it wasn't no. I didn't see a 7-Eleven outside the window. Like I said, hotels are big, many sides, so I get the benefit of the doubt, man. But normally, right, WCS, you know this, don't all the fighters probably stay on like the same floors inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do I know, man? I don't know, man.
But just so happened, you know, Crawford was walking around in the hood, and just so happened the content creator bumped into him in the hood at the 7-Eleven. Just so happened he asked him about BOK Prime and didn't know he was a silent partner. You know,
I'm glad you did bring that up. Because Newark is the hood, bro. It ain't nothing nice, man. Ain't nothing nice. Bro, that is the hood. It ain't like it was upscale, Midtown Manhattan. No, that is the hood, right? Like, man, CW says that's why you are my elder OG at this. That is a valid point you brought up, man. Yo, Terrence Crawford just happened to be walking around the hood for no reason in a 7-Eleven. In a 7-Eleven, man. Man, great point, WCS. Great point, man. Great point, man. How do you see these fights playing out tonight? The Joyce and the Juggernaut and Zan, the Chinaman.
I see Zhang taking it again, man. Even though he had some problems in his fight before the first Joe Joyce fight. Yeah. I just feel like I don't know if it's Joe Joyce, age. I can't say that because he's a late starter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he should have some type of preservation about his body or whatever. But for him to just stand there and not get out the way of those shots over and over and over again, could he correct that and do it? Yeah. But does he have enough power to keep Zhang, on the level of respect, to keep the momentum in his favor? It's possible, bro. But it just seems like Zhang is really to take more risks than Joyce. You know what I'm saying? Especially with his power shots. Real talk. It just seems that way to me.
That's a great breakdown and assessment. Yeah, I think Joyce's style, that Juggernaut, his name, it's not gonna work against this guy. It showed. Like you gotta be able to get your head off the line, man. Slip some shots. Because Daniel Du Bois and the other guy that you was able to walk through, you couldn't walk through this guy.
Yeah, you ain't gonna walk through Zhang, man. He's just too big of a guy. You know what I'm saying? He seemed tough, and Joe George don't have enough power to get him up out of there or hurt him.
Yeah.
I don't think he don't have enough power to.
He said, hold on, shout out to Toby. Toby said, I'll let you respond to this, WCS. He said, after WCS posted the picture and then Blue bumped into Bud at 7-Eleven, I met him in a big fish and chip shop in Gladysburg, UK. Damn, Bud going around that night.
You know what I'm saying? Bud was all around. On foot, too. He was on foot, too.
Yeah, man.
It's just, that shit was bogus, man.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was, I knew then, right, that, you know, contrary to what was being said about not knowing certain individuals and you know, just, I don't know the guy, you know. I was like, man, it is what it is, man. You know, I was like, damn. So I guess when it comes to this YTC and media coverage, you know, certain people just can't have a moment, right? You know?
Correct.
It's just like, you know, because I think, like I said, man, you know, I'm not the brightest or the sharpest in light, but I'm not dull, right? I know when that picture surfaced, I know I got a lot of phone calls and it was buzzing, man. A lot of people was excited and hyper. They was just going crazy. And you know, one thing about this YTC and the internet, it's small. People talk. They might not mention names and all that, but they talk, man. And I just think that was like, man, that was it was a changing moment. You know, it was like, damn. So, you know, anytime when guys, you know, I think we would have rapped the boys around that time too. So anytime,
exactly.
Anytime the Raptor boys have a moment like that, right? You know, the smaller channels, the guys nobody listened to, just have a moment like that, and you are quote unquote, you know, the National Enquiry, the CBS, you know, the source of information. You got to do something to save face. You know, you got to.
And just to be clear, we didn't have to walk down to the ring to measure the distance when that subject name individual said he was close enough to trip the referee. No, that was a lie.
Yeah.
He wasn't closer to the ring to trip no damn referee. But we were.
Yeah, I think fast forward, we was close enough to the ring where I allegedly was about to get tossed out, you know, per the Oklahoma Athletic State Commission because I was doing stuff I wasn't supposed to be doing, you know. But man, great turnaround for the Raptor boys. I think we go by now the Corral guys, the Corral shooters. Yeah, the Corral shooters. They told me one of my ESPN distinguished colleague producers / you know, guys behind the scenes says they know us as the Corral shooters because we catch the lens in the corral. But hey, what do I know?
Absolutely.
What do I know? Yo, WCS, listen, I am about to go take the girls and go get something to eat. Okay. Appreciate you stopping through. Please give the people your final, you know, shots. Let them know what you got going on to come check you out. Definitely support his content. WCS is one of the wittiest, clever guys doing this as far as content creating, thumbnails, projections, and all that. Let them know, WCS, about the hot grease.
A big shout out to those who support, man. Continue to tune into the channel. You know, WCS, man, AKW, World Combat Sports. And then, you know, I want to continue to encourage y'all to support the sauce, man. He's everywhere on social media. You know what I'm saying? I put it out there. No one can say I didn't. But I told the brother, I said, you get one thing and you run with it. That's called a leader. You don't need to be told over and over again on how to do something. And it's showing, man. You know, he's on level change. He's out here, got videos all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting his daughters involved in it. And then also he's a part of Team Tucker, man. They continue to grow. Ain't nothing changed with Jahai. You know what I'm saying? He's still a killer. He's going to be back in the ring. So continue to support the brother. You know what I'm saying? You know where I be at. Until next time, man, brother, you hold it down. Keep on growing. I'm out.
Appreciate you, WCS. Listen, we're going to wrap this up. Swing back around 2 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do the live reaction to the Frank Martin interview, aka I call it Pillow Talking. But once again, shout out to WCS, everybody that came through in the chat. Big Blunts, Toby, Champ Ross, Fantasy Boxing, Carlos, Rosado, No Name, NO. Who else? Don't want to forget nobody. Pop. I think I seen Pop in here earlier. WCS as always. Carlos. Man, salute, man. 2 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing a live reaction with some surprises, man. Hopefully Frank gets it spicy with the Pillow Talking. With that being said, everybody enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy these fights. Shout out to my Haitian brother, Richard Hitchens, down there. Big fight tonight against Zepeda on the zone as well. Sapase. Salute to all the Zoes out there in Brooklyn. Richard Hitchison, we are riding with you. He does get that work with Jihad Tucker, so you know who I'm rooting for in that fight. But with that being said, you know the vibes. It's the sauce.
Great video. Let's go.
You know the vibes. Who is Jihad Tucker?
You know the vibes. Yo, what I told Mo.
How you getting
knockouts, right? He's getting knockouts tonight. Jihad. That's right, man. You know the vibes.
You know the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.